Welcome to the Northside Grizzly Coaches Show. Now, here's Buzz with Coach Mike Fallure.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Mike Fallure Show. I'm Buzz Sawyer alongside head Grizzly football coach Mike Fallure. And, Coach, before we get started, I just want to say, and you look good.
Oh,
you really do. That shirt,
yeah, I mean, it's a fancy shirt I've got on.
I like it. The color. Last week was,
kind of dull.
Well, this week looks good.
Okay.
Coach, first of all, before we get started with the Southside game, I want to recap that a little bit. I want to say thank you to Walk-Ons for allowing us to be here for your show. It's been a joy. This is the second show that we've done. I want to say thank you to all of our Grizzly fans. We got a lot of Grizzly fans here tonight. Here, got a bunch of them. That's what it's for right there, all the fans.
All the fans.
Congratulations, 6 in a row.
That's right.
31-16. Didn't start out like the way you wanted it to. Let's go from the very beginning. You tell me, what was your feeling as the first quarter was taking place?
Well, at the very beginning, when we ran 3 plays and then snapped the ball over the punter's head, I'm like, well, this is how we're going to make the game close. But, we had a lot of kids on the field for the first time, and I'm sure nerves and just being in that situation had a lot to do with it. Got to give Southside some credit, too, that they played really hard. But, once we got going, towards the end of the first half and then the entire second half, I was very pleased with the way they played.
Coach, you knew coming in they're going to throw it a lot.
Right.
Did you have any idea he was going to throw it 54 times?
No. Well, I mean, maybe we thought they were going to throw it a bunch, but not 50. I think it was actually 56.
56 times.
I thought our defense, for having the ball thrown that many times at them, and again, a bunch of guys that were out there for the first time, I think we counted up 8 or 9 people that was their first time start in that position to defend a team that threw the ball the way they did, and then turn around this past week and score 48 points against Greenwood. And really, our defense, our first team defense, held them to 7 points.
Yeah,
they got 2 on the safety, and then they scored late on some young guys.
Our offense couldn't quite get it going until that last drive of the second quarter. Talk about that.
I thought it was big. I mean, Southside goes down and scores and makes it, gives them a 9-3 lead, and kind of got all the momentum, right before half. And you're like, oh, this isn't good. But, I mean, our offense came out and executed for the first time of the night the way they were supposed to, and went right down the field, punched it in. And then from that point forward, really, I think we had the ball 5 times. We scored 4, and we missed a field goal on the 5th. So not a whole lot more you could ask for them out in the second half.
I'm always a little bit apprehensive about interviewing you at the end of the second quarter, especially in a game like that. So we want to know, as fans, what are you going into the locker room? What's your intention when you go into the locker room after your offense just gave you the lead back?
Well, I mean, we're going to go in, and the coaches are going to get together offensively and defensively and talk about whatever changes they need to make, what's working, what's not working, what are they doing that maybe we didn't exactly prepare for in the first game. And then we're going to talk to the kids, and I just basically said, all right, we've made ourselves in a game. How are we going to respond? And they did. They responded the right way.
Second half was a completely different half for the Grizzlies. Real dominant on the offensive side of the ball. Stats were a little bit misleading as far as third down conversions, but you just kept punching and kept punching. You got Ty Massey, who's going to be a guest tonight. Looking forward to talking to Ty. Sunquist Church, Walker Katsavis, who's another guest we're having tonight. Man, they just kept doing what they do. And you're talking about some kids that picked up 120, 130 yards. Both of them had 22 carries, getting about 5.5, 6 yards a carry. That's your kind of football.
Yeah, well, I mean, we need to be able – we actually called 18 passes in that game. We only threw it 9 times.
Right.
By pressure or by running on the boot, he has the option to run. And I think he scored on a 30, 40-yard run on one of the boots. But we got to be an effective, efficient passing team. We're not going to do what Southside does.
Oh, I got you.
We've got 2 really good running backs. We feel like our offensive line, and the offensive line, once they settled in, they took over the game. I mean, those running backs, and I think Ty will tell you, there's a lot of times they're not even thinking about getting touched till it was 5 and 6 yards down the field. So that's kind of how we're going to live, and possibly die sometime on there. But, overall, a good first football game. No turnovers.
Yeah.
Awesome. Not really many penalties on our players. We had some penalties on our sideline for people being excited and getting in the way, and unfortunately the referees bumping into them. So we'll learn from that. But 6 times in a row.
That's pretty special.
I can remember a few years ago it was said that we'd never beat them again, and now I'm never going to say that.
Right.
It's 6 years in a row, and it's something that I know our coaches are proud of, and all the players that have been involved in that.
Coaches, players, fans, alumni, guys like me that just have to sit and watch it are so proud of what's happened with this program over the last 8 years, and to see us put 6 wins on the board, it's very special to all of us. I want to go back to something that you said earlier about we only threw the ball 9 times. Walker Savage is going to be the first to tell you I completed 8 of them.
Yeah, I mean
no interceptions.
No, that's a good deal. That's what we want. We need to be more like 17 or 18, or somewhere like that.
But you're happy with the way that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one of those people that I got to throw the football to prove that we, if we're doing what we're doing and it's successful, to me, and I guess maybe I'm a little bit back in the dark, the most important thing is to win the football game. And I don't care how we do it. If it's run the ball 60 times and throw it 1 and we win, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Now, receivers may not be happy, but that's just the way it is. If we got to do the opposite, which I hope we never have to throw it 60 times to win a game, I'm sure the receivers will be happy and the running backs will. But the bottom line is for the Northside Grizzlies to win the football game. You
talked about Ty and Sundquist. There's times they'll get 5 yards before they're touched. You got to give that credit to the offensive line.
Yeah.
You got James Colley, you got Bailey. Yeah, these guys do a great job for them.
Adrian Falcon, Eric Barrentios, the young guys, Mason Medlock and Damian Lopez, and our 2 tight ends, Julian Martinez and Blake Farmer. They did it. Once they settled in, the first half we were doing a good job, but we would miss a block on a key play. You talked about it, 3rd down conversion.
Yeah.
That's why we got so bad on 3rd down. We were missing 1 block, making a play, not getting the 1st down. And that stopped our drives. But that offensive line, really proud of the way they played. And I'm proud of the way they come to practice every day. They don't complain. They work. They don't get a whole lot of credit. Coach Little's down there on them every day, pushing them, and they respond the right way.
Coach, you said something to me that really got my attention a couple days after the ball game, is that things weren't going our way to begin with, but you come to the sideline, the defense was pumping up the offense was pumping up the defense. It was one unit that were playing together as a team, and if you have that, you've always got a chance.
Yeah, that to me is what's special about this group of kids. There's no, had this been maybe some times here in the past, there'd have been pointing fingers and, not, but I had kid after kid talk about how each group was, hey, don't worry, we're going to get it going, and that's when you got something good.
Right.
And I our kids, we're talking today, they're a fun group to be around.
Yeah.
They're not perfect. They'll have that moment when they maybe not in the best moods or whatever early in the morning, but for the most part, these guys have come and shown up and worked every day.
And there's a lot to being a senior leader as a Grizzly. It's not just on the field. It's off the field. It's in the classroom. It's in the community. These guys I get impressed when I interview them. It's yes, sir, no, sir. Talk to McCade Moody about how you're a linebacker. If you get a chance, watch some film of Robert Wilkerson. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They want to learn. They want to get better, and they want to help other guys get better.
Yeah, it's a good group of seniors. Solid group of guys.
Yeah, talking to Jack Green last week, he was excited to be able to play that game, and I said, you're considered a coach on the field. I've heard that from your coach. And he said that what he likes to do is help these kids, these younger ones, teach them, be a mentor to them. That's special. That's what seniors are supposed to do.
Yeah, when you have a bunch of guys doing that, you don't do anything to get better.
Let's talk about Greenwood. They have scored 117 points in 2 games. They've given up 60-something. I think they're averaging like 35 points they give up a game, or 34 points a game. They can put some points on the board. They're not going to be a throwing team 50 times a game. They're going to mix it up. They're going to throw it. They're going to run it.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of talent.
No, Greenwood's obviously everybody around here knows it's a solid football program, consistent as a football program as you can be. We know we've done stuff with them all summer. We've been to 14 camps, gone with them head to head, competed. I mean, we know what we're fixing to get into, and they do too. Yeah. And they're not going to give up 48 points a game very often.
Right.
I can't tell you. Maybe Southside had them schemed up or whatever. I don't know. But they're an explosive offense. Coach Curry and them have their work cut out for them this week, and they know it, and they've worked hard to get their kids ready. We spent the last 2 weeks kind of fine-tuning things, getting where we want it, and they're going to do a great job. We know as an offense we can't get into a scoring battle with them back and forth. We've got to control the football, do the things, and I feel good about what we're going to do on offense. I mean, so it's just going to be two good teams that I think respect each other, like going after each other, and who comes out Friday and executes, doesn't make mistakes, doesn't give up the big plays, and whichever team does that's going to come out on top.
Yeah, Coach, it's a game. I guess if you pick out the games before the season starts that you want to win, you've got one of them. This will be another one. Greenwood's that team that you
I pick out all 10 of them, but you're right. I mean, we're right here again, and as much as we do with them, and our kids know each other, it's one you want to win, and so it's going to be a great time Friday night. I mean, that place is going to be packed, and I don't know if you like high school football that you'd go anywhere else.
I don't think there's a more intimidating place to play than Mayo Thompson. It's a beautiful facility. I love it. I go to these fields all over the state. There's nothing like Mayo Thompson.
It's pretty special.
It really is.
Yeah.
Coach, you learn a lot as a team from the first game to the second game. You didn't get to defense the rush. So how do you what's been going on in your week off to try to get ready for them as a rushing team too?
Well, we went R1 offense against R1 defense quite a bit last week, and some of it was running Greenwood stuff, but mostly it was running our stuff versus our defense, and so they're used to playing the run. Every time they scrimmage us, they're going to get a dose of the run more so than the pass. So we had 3 really good practices last week, very physical. They weren't long. We kept them an hour and 15 minutes. It was by design. It was hot. We had to go indoors. Our kids responded, had all 3 practices, really good. Come back this week, Labor Day morning, had a good practice. Yesterday, Tuesday, was a little bit draggy, but it was because it's really the first time we've been outside after school for 2 hours in the heat. Today, we had a great practice. So I'm excited to watch it. I think our kids are ready to play. I think Greenwood's kids are going to be ready to play, and I think it's going to be a heck of a football game.
Coach, it's early in the season, but I know at the end of the season, into the off season, you put kids into college. Let's talk a little bit about some of the kids that are ex-Grizzlies that are doing well today.
Yeah, well, I'm on myself and Coach Curry. I think both of us take a lot of pride in kids going out of here and seeing that there's a lot more in the world than nothing wrong with Fort Smith, Arkansas, because I love it. But there's things outside of here, and so we do it. We spend a lot of time taking kids to camps and doing whatever we got to do to help them. But and I'm not going to be able to name all of them because we won't have time. But we got to talk about 2 of them in particular for a minute: Trey Norwood and Keandre Thomas. Trey made the 53-man roster for the Steelers, and then Keandre was with Cleveland and got hurt in the first preseason game, hurt his hamstring, and they liked him so much they kept him, and then they ended up releasing him. And he texted Coach Curry and signed with San Diego on their practice squad, so trying to get him well. So there's 2 guys. Another guy that just got named team captain out of that same group in that same area, Tanner Cross at Dartmouth. So that speaks highly of Tanner being named the team captain.
That's
then
awesome.
We got Deuce down at UCA, James Clayton. We got a bunch of guys, lots of places that are playing, and we're going to have guys in the future. But that's an attribute to the handling their academics and also being good football players.
Coach, I couldn't have doubled my grade point and gotten into Dartmouth.
Well, there's probably a bunch of us sitting here that ended up couldn't have got into Dartmouth.
Well, I know it's special to you to get those kids into school and see them do as well as they have. You go back to Trey, he was a senior when the streak started.
Yeah.
52-13, and I remember you talking to Coach Stewart over at Southside before the game started, and he said, Coach, take it easy on us. Just take it easy on us. Didn't really take it easy on them.
Well, we did. It was it was a little lower than that, and then our JV scored on them a couple of times, so that made it worse than what it was. But that was an exciting game. It was a big, it was one of the American rivalry games, so a lot of excitement, and it was a good thing to stop. And now we got it going on our side, and we got to keep it going.
Well, you got these seniors out of here without ever losing to them.
Yep.
That's important. Very special.
It is.
Coach, we have some good guests coming up. Coach Curry's going to be next. We're going to talk to him. Stay with us. You've been talking to Coach Mike Fleur.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
Welcome back to the Mike Fleur Show. We're live at Walk-Ons, and I was just talking to Coach Curry, and he didn't know exactly when he was going to come on, whether he was going to be after Coach Fleur, maybe a couple of players, but he got that last bite of Boom Boom Shrimp in, so
I think I'm going to get another one when we're done.
I'm going to be with you, too. Coach, thanks for coming in tonight. We appreciate you spending time with us. I just want to tell you how appreciative we are that you're a Northside Grizzly coach. Defensive coordinator. Coach Fleur talked about how important it is to you to get these kids onto the next level. And it's one thing to coach them in high school and pat them on the back when they do good, get you wins, but to care enough about them, to get them to the next level, that really means a lot.
Yeah, I tell people all the time to win a state title, and everybody sets out for that, but when these kids go off to college, it changes their lives.
Definitely.
We have some bragging rights for a minute when you win a state title, but you watch young men, lives change when they go off to college. So that's important to Coach Fleur and me also.
When you talk about Trey making the 53-man roster for the Steelers and then Con getting picked up by the Chargers, that's got to be humbling, to you, to think that these guys were Grizzlies, and they really appreciated you as a coach when they were here. You set the foundation for them. It's got to be special.
It is, and I would love to be upfront about it. Both of them kids are super talented. And the thing that I tell everybody about both of them, to have the talent that they have and then the work ethic to match it. As good as they are athlete, the work ethic is probably greater than what they are as athletes.
Right. Yeah. Coach, let's talk a little bit about your defensive scheme. You were at a 3-4. You've changed that now to a 3-3-5. To somebody that really doesn't know what a 3-3-5 is, could you help explain that to us?
Well, it gives you the opportunity to get another defensive back on the field. A lot of the passing concepts when you're playing with 4 DBs, you can cover things, but it's a lot easier when you have that fifth guy. And that fifth guy, he can also be a box guy for you also. So we can easily convert a safety who's high and get down in the box versus a linebacker who's low and get him up high. And so it made more sense to us.
It's designed more for a speedy defense. Maybe not as big, but a speedy defense.
Exactly.
And when you talk about speed, and I'm going to go back to your your defensive line here in just a minute because you had to replace all your defensive line. But you got Seth Fields.
Yes.
He's converted from a running back to a defensive back. Kendre Esau.
Yes.
And then McCade Moody.
Exactly.
These guys are special, Coach.
They are. And we'll never have the super big defensive linemen. But what we don't have in size, we have in speed. And those guys that you mentioned, off the edge, Moody, he can fly. Seth can fly. Esau from tackle to tackle. And so what we're doing fits who we are personnel-wise.
So once you get into that nickel or those 5 backs, you got some special kids back there too. R.J. Lester, Poom Savoy, Jack Green, Jet Frazier, and X.
Yeah, we have all of those guys are special, and then we have Zion who backs up another.
And he goes
position.
both ways.
That's right. But you know, having a guy like Jack who's pretty much started since he's been in high school, and then Jet who's super aggressive at the safety spot, and then X who, you know, you look out there and you go, man, this kid is small, but he's great in the run as small as he is, and in the pass he's as savvy as anything. And then you mentioned those 2 corners, Poom Savoy and R.J. Lester. Those guys are long and athletic, and they give you what you're looking for as far as our schematics. And then, you know, even we have Davon Solomon, who fits right into that puzzle. So everything that we're doing, we're not asking a player to do anything that they can't do.
Right. Defensive line-wise, you had Khalid, Malik, D3, Darius Wise. Boy, did he come on last year.
Yeah, he did.
He really did a good job for you. They're all gone.
Yeah.
You got new ones.
Yeah. And going into the spring, and I think if every coach on our staff would be honest, you know, we were thinking, man, what are we going to do about the D-line?
Right.
But we've had kids to step up. We've had Aaron Carter to step up. Yeah. We've had Julius Thomas to step up. We've had Garcia.
Yeah.
We've gotten a good bit out of those defensive linemen that we didn't think we would get. And, you know, hats off to Coach Hansen, because
that was my next question.
Yeah, going into the spring, you know, we were at a loss as far as defensive linemen.
Yeah, he's a convert too.
Yeah,
he was your running back coach.
That's right.
Until last year. That's right. Now he's your defensive line coach.
That's right.
Ted Neal, who you worked with for years, now goes to the running backs.
Right.
Hey, just off the defense for a second, how much fun is that for Ted Neal?
Oh, I know he's loving it.
Those running backs?
Oh, no
man,
doubt.
For the last 2 years, that's special.
That's right.
Coach, when you're not coaching, you play a little golf.
Yeah, I play a little golf.
So why do you guys never invite me?
I heard you was a buzzsaw, so we didn't.
I'd love to go play with you guys sometime. I hear it's a lot of fun. Who usually comes out in that? Solly?
Well,
you're hesitating.
I'm not going to bust his bubble right here on TV.
So it's Frazier.
Frazier's definitely the guy.
I got you.
And then
Coach Little. What about Little?
Coach Little. Me and Coach Little.
Yeah.
We're good neighbors. That's what I'm going to say about Coach Little with this golf thing.
Well, I'm going to go back to our broadcast a couple weeks ago. Did Eddie James get a chance to see us?
He did.
He got to watch a broadcast?
Yeah, he did.
Well, good. Now, his son Jeremy, you coached him. He was a DB for you.
Yeah, Jeremy was probably one of the best we've been privileged enough to have some pretty good defensive backs. And Jeremy was a kid that tore his ACL, I want to say 6 times.
Wow.
He's probably one of the more talented safeties in Georgia, but he tore his ACL like first time in 7th grade and again in the 9th and a couple times in high school and went off to college. He signed a scholarship to Mercer College in Macon, Georgia, and got down there and was playing and started and tore it again.
Right.
And after a while, he got to the point where he was, so man, this is maybe not
6 times. That's a lot.
Yeah, it may have been 7, Buzz, but at least 6.
That's one for me.
Yeah.
I think that had probably been it.
Yeah.
But these kids heal up fast,
They do.
And if they have the desire to play, it's really nothing's going to get in their
That's
way.
right. That's right.
I was talking to Coach Fleur about the difference between Southside throwing it as much as they did. Now you got to play Greenwood. It's going to be a whole different, look, and you didn't have a chance to really defend the run against Southside, so you've really had to kind of catch up.
That's right. And Greenwood does a great job. They've been pretty balanced since I've been here. They throw the ball well, they run the ball well, and so we have our work cut out.
You ready for them?
I think so.
I think you are
yes,
too.
Sir.
Coach, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you coming in and visiting with us. It's a blessing to have you
No
as
doubt.
part of this Grizzly staff. Well, I'm going to let you get back to that boom boom shrimp.
Yeah, I got to get another one here before I get out.
Felix Curry, thank you so
thank
much.
Burton Pools and Spas. Check them out on their website, burtonpools.com. See their selection of hot spring spas, doughboy pools, and in-ground selections. As always, free spa and pool water testing. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun. burtonpools.com. Chlorine-free Backwasil pool care system. The difference is clear. burtonpools.com. With 2 locations in Fort Smith and Springdale to serve you. burtonpools.com.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
You're watching Grizzly TV.
Welcome back to the Mike Fleur Show. Had a great visit with Coach Curry. Yeah, really appreciate him taking the time to come to walk-ons where we're live with the Mike Fleur Coaches Show. Got Ty Massey here with me right now, number 33, running back. He's a senior. I hate that you're a senior. I wish you were a sophomore.
Me too.
A couple more years.
Me too.
Ty, 122 yards, a touchdown. You're averaging about 5.5 yards a carry. That's your kind of football.
Yes, sir.
If you have a choice to make, once you get the ball, and you got a DB break down on you.
Oh, that's a run over him.
That was my question. Are you going to go left or right, or are you just going to lower your shoulder and go over him?
I'm just going to throw him.
I like it. Big as you are, what do you go, about 220?
195.
195?
Yeah.
Man, you look bigger.
Yeah. I'm trying to get faster.
You are fast.
Yeah.
Well, let me say what your coaches say about you.
What?
All right. Number one, he's got great hands. He's extremely smart. He's fast. Am I leaving anything out? Now, this is what they're saying.
Okay.
Is there anything else they could add to that? Good looking.
Good, yeah. Good looking. Best on the team.
Best on the team.
Stuff like that.
You've got a good partner running with you.
Oh, yeah.
Sunquist Church.
Oh, yeah.
How do you guys practice together? I mean, you guys are friends.
Yeah.
You work good together. There's no jealousy issues about who gets what. It's so, I guess, the word I'm looking for is consistent, how you guys do so much the same.
Yeah.
All right. He had 22 carries. You had 22 carries. He had 130-something yards. We had one long run.
Yeah.
You have 122. He gets a touchdown. You get a touchdown. It's just so equally balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Your offensive line has got to get a lot of credit for that.
Oh, yeah.
So who would you rather go left or right, or does it matter to you?
It doesn't matter to me.
You just find the hole.
Yeah.
If there's not a hole, you make one.
Oh, yeah.
Have you always been like that when you were at Chaffin? When you were a running back
Yeah.
at Chaffin? I mean, has your style changed based on your size?
Yeah, it has.
I
I got like thinner, so I like more like quicker than usual. So
Right.
yeah, I just be patient with the blocks and just explode.
Well, congratulations on going your 3 years at Northside, never losing to Southside. You can take that with you from now on. We appreciate. I remember when you were a kid, and I'd see you in the gym with your mom and Cam, and I'm thinking, man, I hope that kid comes to Northside. I hope he comes to Northside. Because that was kind of touch and go, what was going to happen. So when you finally put on the red, I was so excited. How do you feel about your decision?
I was excited. I knew it was a good group and good coaches. I knew it was a good school for me.
So now that you're a senior and you look back at it, are you glad that you did that?
Yes.
Would you encourage others that are on the fence?
Yes. Northside is the best place to go.
Not just athletics.
But
there's so much that goes on in the school. Dr. Rathman, your principal, I don't know if she's here tonight or not. She may be. But she is very involved with the athletics and, everything that goes on in that school. She's a big supporter of you and all the kids, and I know you guys appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
How are your grades?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. Education lasts a lifetime. Football's temporary.
Oh, yeah.
There'll come a time that
education first.
It's going to last you the rest of your life. So keep that in mind and keep that mindset that you have that you're not going to go left or right. You're going to lower that shoulder
anywhere
and knock them down.
Anywhere. Yes,
Ty,
sir.
it's been fun watching you, and I'm looking forward to the rest of this season.
Thank you.
Stay healthy.
Of course.
All right,
yes,
brother.
sir. Thank you.
Good. Yes, sir. Ty Massey, number 33.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
When I talked to the Sawyers about some windows and the concrete work, they showed me several different options of things that they had done, and it all looked good. I would recommend Sawyers to anyone. If they came out and looked at my concrete, they could see the quality job that Sawyers did. They were very professional and top quality. They were on time and on budget. I am 100% satisfied with the work that they've done.
Welcome back. We got Walker Katsavas here, starting quarterback, senior. I have such a good time talking to these kids, these seniors. They have so much love for their team, and you guys seem like you have your goals the same.
Yes, sir.
You're leaders. You want to do the best you can in school, out of school, and it shows. And I just want to tell you how much that means to all of us older Grizzlies. Walker, when you were a sophomore and I watched you play in a JV game, you were quarterback at the time. You played a lot of different positions, but you were quarterback at the time. You needed a first down. It's critical. You got to keep the chains moving. You can run out the clock if you do that. All right, you had about a 4th and 3. You run to the left side. You turn up. You can see you're not going to get it, but you got a guy there, and you shovel pass him. That's not taught. That's not a play. That wasn't called. You just did it. And I knew then, this kid's special. He's smart. He understands the game. He's got field management. Is that just natural to you?
Yes, sir. I mean, I watch a lot of football, and I pick up on what a lot of guys do, and I try and put it in my game.
You definitely, you can see a lot of different things that come into your mind. You know, whether it's protect the football. We talked about you being 8 out of 9. Well, there's times you probably could have thrown it, but there was nobody open, so you decided to keep it. That's something that makes coaches trust. They put a lot of trust in you. Fans put a lot of trust in you. You're not just throwing it trying to pad your stats. You're trying to make that play work. So what goes through your mind when you get the snap? I mean, there's a lot of different reads you have to make.
Yes, sir. I mean, I just go through my reads, and if it's not there, I feel like I can run the ball pretty well. So I just look to take out and run and get back to the line of scrimmage, if not more.
Is that what happened on that 37-yard touchdown?
Yes, sir. I mean, Southside played it great.
Right.
They had outside contain on the boot, and I just cut it back, and the line blocked it great, and it was wide open.
You're pretty fast, too. How tall are you?
6'4".
6'4". You ever heard of Matt Jones?
Yes, sir.
You've been compared to him.
Really?
Now, I've compared you to him for the last couple of years, just the way you when you're running, you don't look like you're going that fast, but you have such a long stride. And when you compare you to somebody next to you, that separation just seems to take place. And that's the way that's the way he did it. And Matt Blaylock, who was doing the color during the Southside game, said, "You know who he reminds me of?" I already knew what he was going to say. So that's a great compliment to you. And he was a great player at Northside. Now, he returned punts, too. You think you'll get a chance to return any punts?
No, sir. I don't think I'm that fast. He's probably a little bit faster than me to do that.
So since you were a receiver and have played quarterback, what's your favorite?
I would say receiver, but I'm doing what we need to do to win this year. And I love them both, but
yeah.
I think I'm a little bit better at receiver.
So Seth Fields is a good example. We talked about him earlier, making the switch from running back to linebacker, and you make the switch from a receiver to a quarterback actually towards the end of last year. But you guys seem to do what it takes to win football games.
Yes, sir. I mean, that's just the deal with this whole team. Everybody's unselfish. Everyone just wants to win, and it's a great team because of it.
Exactly. So how special was that win against Southside?
I mean, it felt great, never losing to them in JV,
nice.
Varsity, anything. So, I mean.
That's a good feeling.
Yes, sir.
You got another tough one coming up.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a different defense. They're going to have a different offense. These kids barely got by the other team in Fort Smith, and they like nothing better than beating both of them.
Yes, sir.
We can't let that happen.
It won't happen.
We got them at home.
Yes, sir.
So what's your game plan?
Just do whatever it takes to win the game.
You been studying it?
Yes, sir. Me and Coach Kendrick have been watching film every day.
Right. I was talking to Coach Kendrick about you, and this has been 2 or 3 weeks ago, and how you're doing with the wide zone, and all the things that went into that. And he said, man, he studies it. He studies it. About that time, his phone rings, and he shows me, and it's you. He said he wants to go watch film. So that's what it takes. That's the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yes,
if you're not playing football, what do you do just to relax?
I mean, just hang out with my friends, play video games, just the normal stuff.
How are your grades?
They're good.
You good?
Yes, sir. My mom's pretty hard on me about that.
Your mom's here tonight.
She is.
So you want to make sure.
Yes, sir.
Do what your mom says.
Of course, all the time.
Well, good luck Friday night against those Bulldogs. Let's get another victory.
Yes, sir.
You've been listening to Walker Katsavis. Hey, stay with us. We got McCade Moody coming up.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
A to Z Furniture in Alma is ready to meet your furniture needs. These trying times, with all the shortages going on, they're working hard to keep stock flowing and the warehouse filled. A to Z Furniture understands that you need your furniture in a timely manner, and they are striving to make that happen. Open 7 days a week for your convenience and offering financing and delivery. A to Z Furniture would love for you to stop in and shop today. A to Z Furniture on Highway 71 in Alma. Worth the drive to save more.
You're watching Grizzly TV.
Welcome back to Walk-Ons. We are live with the Mike Fleur Coaches Show. Had a great visit with Walker Katsavis, senior quarterback. He's a student of the game, and I tell you what, I just enjoy talking to these seniors. McCade Moody, first thing I'm going to ask you, you were number 15 last year.
Yes, sir.
You're number 1 now. Now, I asked Kendre Esau about this, and he was number 35, and now he's number 11.
Mm-hmm.
What's the change?
I don't know. Usually I was thinking, before the season started, I was honestly thinking about doing number 5, because that's always what I've always been into, always what I've done. And I just decided to switch it up, try something new, last year, might as well try something different, so I decided to do it.
You look good, number one.
Sir, I think I like it. I like it.
It fits you. Kendra said it was team hype.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it had a lot to do with that. A lot of, expecting a lot out of each other,
Right. When I first met you, I met a lot of kids in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I first met you. But I'd heard about you, when you were in junior high, but you were a quarterback.
Yes, sir.
And I'm thinking, getting to Northside, and you were kind of on the fence too.
Yeah, I was.
About what you were going to do.
Right.
But you told me then that you're probably going to play defense.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And I'm like, wow, this kid, he's 6 foot something, can sling it. I heard all the rumors, but you're thinking defense.
Right.
What prompted you to go that way?
Well, when I first joined football, that was the very first position I'd ever played was defensive end. And from that day on, I really just kind of fell in love with defense. I loved the idea of being able to, go tackle somebody,
Right.
And just the whole idea of football, it just kind of made me feel more comfortable in playing it.
Got you. You're an emotional player.
Mm-hmm.
You get hyped up.
Yes, sir.
I think that's such a good thing. I know you got to control your emotions to a certain point, but are you a verbal team leader?
I try to be at times.
Yeah.
I try to be. Yeah, I feel like doing that, you're going to get through two guys a lot better,
Right.
rather than not saying anything, rather than, just bringing the guys together, and let them know that, we're all in this together. We all got to pick each other up when we're down, things like that.
A lot of similar stories with the kids that had decisions to make whether to go to Southside or go to Northside, had a decision to make whether, you're going to continue to play offense, you're going to play defense. And everybody's mindset is the same. It's do what's best for the team.
Sure.
And like I was telling Coach Fleur that when I talked to you for the senior get-together, and I said, man, watch some film of Wilkerson. He was a great linebacker. Tanner Cross was a great linebacker.
Sure.
And your answer to me is that, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure.
You're a student of the game, too.
I try to be as much as I can, yes, sir.
Congratulations on getting that win against Southside.
Oh, yeah.
And taking that with you from now on. But like I was telling Walker, hey, we got another one coming. Greenwood, nothing they like better than to beat two teams in the 7A.
Oh, yeah, that's one other thing, too, is I've never beat Greenwood in my life in football, so it's a big game, and I would love to go out on a win against them.
Yeah, we didn't get to play them last year,
Right.
so this year is pretty special because we get them at home, and Mayo Thompson's a tough place to play in if you're an opposing team.
Oh, yeah. It is.
Long snapper. When did you start long snapping?
7th grade.
7th grade.
Yes, sir. It was my first. My older brother actually had gotten me into it, and I just, whenever he started at Chaffin, he'd done it there, and I came over as a 7th grader, and they just kind of just threw me into it, said, this is what you're going to do. And I was like, all right. So I just had to kind of deal with it, But I enjoyed it a lot.
There's money in it.
Oh, yeah. Talk about that all the time.
What's your plan for after school, after Northside?
I'm going to go play baseball at Carl Albert State College over in Poto. Yes, sir.
So what's your favorite sport?
I'd probably have to say football. Yeah.
Football?
Yeah.
Does that change once the season's over and you get into baseball?
Kind of, but, I'm always going to have that love for football.
Yeah.
I always have and always probably will. And I always say that if I do get that offer, then I might.
You might do it.
I might do it.
You never know. These coaches really do a good job, get towards the end of the year, trying to get the kids into school if that's what they want to do. But you have a lot of talent and you have a lot of love for the game, and that's so important. And to be a verbal leader, and that says a lot. You remember James Clayton?
Yes, sir, I do.
James was like that.
Yeah, he was one of
verbal
my
leader.
When I first had transferred over to Northside my sophomore year, he was one of my very close friends. I got to be pretty good friends with him, and he taught me a lot about doing things like that, being a verbal leader and being a leader in general, honestly.
Well, one of the things that I really enjoyed hearing when Coach Fleur told me that the team was, when things weren't really going well against Southside, that they were helping each other. They were talking to each other. Get your head up. Get your head up.
Right.
We're good. We're good. That's what it takes. And you're going to need that against Greenwood because Greenwood, they may not have as much talent as we do.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that they're not talented, but they're not going to give up.
No, they're not, and they do the little things well too, and that's one thing. And they're gonna, you're always gonna have the talk on the field too, and that's one thing we're trying to get around to the guys is that when they say something, just turn your back to them and go make a play.
Exactly.
That's all you need to do.
Can you do that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Your coaches say that for Northside to be good, McCade Moody has to be good.
Sir.
That's big. A lot of pressure.
It is, but, I mean, I enjoy it. I feed off of that,
Yeah.
you know.
That's a champion.
All right.
Congratulations on your first win this year. Let's get another one.
Yes, sir.
Number 1, McCade Moody.
Yes, sir.
Linebacker. Stay with us. We'll be back with Coach Fleur for a little question and answer period.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
Burden Pools and Spas. Check them out on their website, burdenpools.com. See their selection of hot spring spas, doughboy pools, and in-ground selections. As always, free spa and pool water testing. Burden Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun. burdenpools.com. Chlorine-free Backwasil pool care system. The difference is clear. burdenpools.com. With 2 locations in Fort Smith and Springdale to serve you. burdenpools.com.
Welcome back to the Mike Fleur Show. Coach, you have some impressive kids. Second week in a row that I've been able to talk to these seniors, and yes, sir, no, sir. They have a love of the game. They're coachable. They're willing to do whatever it takes to win. I know that means a lot to you.
Oh, I think you're going to see it every week.
Yeah.
It's not going to be these first 2, but they're exceptional guys. I've told you all along, this is not that I'm downplaying any group before them, because we've had really good kids.
Yeah.
But across the board, this 30 of them, 29 of them, they're just they're exceptional young people that they take their school serious. They take what we do serious. They're fun to be around. This morning at 6:45.
Right.
Probably not everybody wanted to be there this morning. It was a little hot yesterday, and got up this morning, and they came in that weight room and went to work, had a good time, and
right.
not, if they weren't in a good mood, they faked it. So it was fun. I love being around them. Coach Curry, got great coaches that push these kids and make them the kind of guys that you want.
When I talk to these young men about football and knowing that the caliber of athletes that they are, and all 3 here tonight, these kids could go on and play the next level. And when you talk to them about education and sports, the understanding, like Ty Massey, education's first.
Yeah.
You got to get that, because that lasts forever. Yeah. Football's temporary. You may go to the next level. You may be Trey Norwood. Who knows?
That's right.
You might make a 53-man roster. Who knows? But if you have your education, you can always fall back on it, especially if these kids understand that.
But you have to have that to have those opportunities.
Yeah.
Trey Norwood was an outstanding student.
Yeah.
Which opened the door to go to wherever he wanted to go, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Louisville,
right.
whatever he picked. So many times, guys don't take that same attitude, and then they're talented enough that they get to their junior year, the end of their junior year, and now they've dug themselves a hole, and it's really, really hard to get out. So guys that take it serious all the way through really pays off for them.
Have you eaten yet?
No.
So you waiting? Have you ordered?
No. Waiting on you.
Or you are going to order, though?
I'm going to wait for you.
Well, I'm going to order, too. Question and answer time, Coach.
All right.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What determines your choice on the coin flip to defer or take it? The most of the time you defer.
Yeah.
Now you threw a curve at us Friday night.
We felt like, we wanted, and this didn't work, but we felt like our offense was a lot better than their defense. Mm-hmm. And we thought we could go out, take the ball, go down the field, score right out of the chute, give our defense a little breathing room, and whatever. Now, I've had a hard decision back and forth this week. What do we do? Do we take the ball? Do we kick it? And I haven't decided yet. But normally I want to defer. Mm-hmm. I believe in our defensive guys. I believe they're going to go out and get a stop. We're going to get good field position.
Right.
And that's normally how we go. But sometimes, you change the way you think a little bit.
Does it have anything to do with home or away?
No, not really. Not really.
So is this going to be it'll be a game time decision, or will you know?
No, it'll probably, I'll know before we go out there what we're going to do.
Will you tell me so I don't say defer before I even look at the referees?
If I see you before then.
I'll make a point to see you before.
Okay.
All right. Second question. If there is no urgency, quit looking. You're looking at the question.
Okay, I'm sorry.
If there is no urgency and it's 4th and 5, what yard line do you need to be at to make a decision where you're comfortable to go for it? Now, there's no urgency.
When you say no urgency, meaning?
Well, I mean, if you don't have to go for it, the game, this is not going to win or lose the game. In other words, you don't have to have points right then. There's no urgency. What yard line do you need to be at before you say punt it or go for it?
Well, obviously, if you look back at the Southside game, I was not very smart in the fact that I went for it on 4th and 1 or 2 or 3 times on our side of the 50. Normally, I'm not going to go for it 40-yard line in.
40 and in?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next question. It's no secret that coaching is extremely stressful. If you don't coach, you need to watch these coaches, what they go through on a day-to-day basis. There's no question it's a stressful job. When and what do you do to relax, to get away from it?
I mean,
you don't golf.
No.
You hunt a lot.
Well, I won't say I hunt a lot, but in the off, I won't hunt during football season because just of the time. I just like to go be at my house and
you watch college
football and take it easy and just as much as I can get it off my mind. But for the thing about coaching football or maybe anything, I don't know. I've never coached anything but football, right. But for about 4 months, it's really hard to get it off your mind. It's what you go to bed thinking about. It's what you wake up thinking about. And it's, there's so many things that go into it that you don't see on a Friday night that you deal with every day. And it's, it's something that I think you could ask any coach that they love doing it. Mm-hmm. But when the season's over, they're ready for a break.
Well, you relax better on a Saturday after a win, obviously.
Oh, yeah. No, if you lose, Saturdays are miserable because you think about it, you watch the film, you get up with that sick feeling in your stomach, and you're ready to go right back to work to play the next week to get rid of that feeling.
Last question.
All right.
You've been coaching for 38
years.
38 years. In those 38 years, who is your favorite broadcaster for the team you were coaching for?
Buzz Sawyer. By far.
Let me get that.
Hey, I think you gave me the check already.
All right, there you go. Thank you. All right, Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
Against those Bulldogs. Boy, it'd be nice to be 2-0, going to play Harbor. And that'll be our next coaches show will be the Wednesday before the Harbor game. But we got a big one this week.
We do.
Friday night. Kickoff, is that determined
yet? Yes, it will. We've had some problems with the lighting, but they've got it fixed, so we will be playing at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Friday night at Mayo Thompson Stadium.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to pass that along to G2, so they know when to set up. Speaking of G2, thank you to them for being here to produce this. Joe, our producer, Darren Gardner, the owner. We appreciate everything that they do. Thanks to the kids, Ty, McCade, Walker, Coach Curry, and our host here, Mike Fleur. You've been listening to his show. We'll be back again a week from tonight here at Walk-Ons. If you can make it, please come. If you can't, the show will actually come up hopefully tomorrow, but it'll definitely be on before the football game during our broadcast. Until then, stay safe, be prosperous, and go Bears.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
You're watching Grizzly TV.